This call is now being recorded.
Let us start today's session. In previous session, we had discussed about geometric modeling, geometric transformation, and we have solved few problems. And then we had discussed about various coordinate systems. Uh, basically three coordinate systems. First is world coordinate system or global or model coordinate system. Second one is user coordinate system or local coordinate system or working coordinate system. And third one is the screen coordinate system. So we have discussed it in detail. What is world coordinate system? So all the database which is created for the model is stored in the with reference to the world coordinate system. So it is the only system that your software is going to understand. Second coordinate system is user coordinate system. So sometimes there are the situations like because of the complexity of the geometry or some any other reason, it is not possible for the user to draw the geometry with respect to your world coordinate system always. So what is the solution? The user defines its own coordinate system, and then that system is used. And but the data is stored with reference to world coordinate system only. Although the user is inputting the data with reference to user coordinate. System for geometric mapping, or what is basically the mapping of geometric model. Okay, so we know that in CAD modeling, the inputs are always with respect to the working or user coordinate system. Okay, and as I told you, due to geometry orientation and size of the model, sometimes it is highly convenient for the user to input the geometric information. Okay, so that's why the modeling software, the important statement is your modeling software needs a tool to convert your graphical information from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. This is very, very important statement as far as your geometric mapping is concerned. Okay, so what does it mean? Modeling software need a tool to convert a graphical information from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. Now, what is the use of what is the need for this tool? Why the need for this tool arises? The answer, as I already told you, that it is sometimes it is highly inconvenient because of the geometry or orientation and size of model, orientation and size of model. So these are the reasons because of which it is highly inconvenient for the user to use your world coordinate system, okay, which the software understand. So that's why what user does the creates its own coordinate system and inputs the data. The user creates its own coordinate system, that is called as user coordinate system, and inputs the data. But the constraint is our modeling software only understand the data inputted by the or with reference to world coordinate system. But the user is inputting the data with the help of user coordinate system. So we need some exchange tool, or we need some tool which will convert the graphical information from user coordinate system to world coordinate system, or vice versa. Okay, so there must be some interaction between the coordinate system that the user is using and the software is understanding. So that is what we called as geometric mapping. Okay, so what exactly geometric mapping does? It changes the graphical description of a model from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. I repeat once again, geometric mapping changes the graphical description of a model from one coordinate system to another coordinate system without changing the position, orientation, size, and shape of the model. Okay, so what it does, it changes the graphical information of the model which has been created by the user from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. So this is the task of your mapping, geometric mapping. But while doing this, what happens? It won't change. This is again important. Without changing the position, orientation, size, and shape of the model. Shape of the model. Okay. So this thing, this last sentence is your geometric transformation. In geometric transformation, we have done all these things. We have changed the position, translation, we have changed the orientation, rotation, we have changed the size and shape, scaling. Okay. So here in geometric mapping, nothing will happen with respect to model. There will not be any change in position, orientation, size, and shape of the model. Only the graphical information of the model from one coordinate system to another coordinate system will be changed. So it will be an exchange of your graphical information between the two coordinate system or between the various coordinate system that the user is using. So this is basically what we call as geometric mapping. Okay. Now I think I am clear. I made it clear about the concept of geometric mapping. Now we'll see the comparison between your geometric transformation and geometric model. Just to understand the basic difference between what is geometric mapping and what is geometric transformation. Comparison between geometric transformation and geometric mapping. So you can find out few points of comparison between geometric transformation and the geometric mapping. So what is the first major difference between these two? Point of comparison between these two. So in geometric transformation, there is change in size, shape, position, orientation of the graphical element within the same coordinate system. Okay. So while solving the problems of transformation, we haven't changed any coordinate system. Whatever the transformations we have carried out, all those transformations are in the same coordinate system. So geometric transformation only changes the position, orientation, size, and or shape of a model in the same coordinate system. Okay, so this is very important to understand. So that is, we are not changing the coordinate system, just we are changing all these things, position, orientation, size, and shape. But in geometric mapping, we are changing the graphical description of the element, the model, from one coordinate system to another coordinate system without changing all these things. So what we are doing in geometric mapping, we are changing, or geometric mapping changes the graphical description. It changes the graphical description of a model, or it is also called as uh, a graphic element from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. And further, it is without changing position, orientation, size, and shape. Okay, so here to summarize, here the coordinate system remains same. Here coordinate system is changing. Here position orientation remains, it's going to change. Here position orientation size shape is remains same. Okay, so this is first point of comparison. Second point, it involves, or geometric transformation involves changes in a model or a graphic element in the same coordinate system. Okay, so the changes in the model is in the same coordinate system. Here changes are in the coordinate system. Changes in coordinate system with the same model. So model description of the model changes in transformation, but it remains same in geometric mapping, but here coordinate system changes, here coordinate system remains same. Okay, so this is second point of differentiation. The third and important one. So geometric transformation involves, it involves one graphic element, or involves one model, or we can say it as a graphic element, and one coordinate system. So geometric transformation involves one graphic element and one coordinate system. Now recall your problems that we have solved. Let us say a triangle which has to be scaled, rotated, translated. So only one graphic element, and whatever the transformation we are carrying out, those transformations are in the same coordinate system. But in case of geometric mapping, it involves one element and two coordinate system. It involves one model or graphic element and two coordinate system. Why two coordinate system? Because the concept of geometric mapping is only that we are changing the graphical information of the model, graphical description of a model from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. Okay, so that's why in geometric mapping there is one model and two coordinate system. So these are the point of differentiation or point of comparison between geometric transformation and geometric mapping. So to take a recap, quick recap of comparison, in geometric transformation we are changing the position, orientation, size and shape of the model with the in the same coordinate system. In geometric mapping, we are changing the graphical description of the model from one coordinate system to another coordinate system without changing the position, then orientation, size and shape of the model. Second point, the change in the model is same coordinate system in geometric transformation, while in geometric mapping, the changes in coordinate system with the same model, exactly opposite. And the third point, in geometric transformation, there is only one graphic element and one coordinate system, while in geometric mapping, there is only one model and two coordinate system. Okay, so this is how your point of comparisons are there. Now I'll show you how it look like. Means so what is the difference between your working coordinate system or your user coordinate system. So let us try to draw a diagram. So this represent your uh, model coordinate system, or it is also called as working coordinate system. So this is your model coordinate system. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. So this is your model coordinate system. Okay. Now we'll draw the user coordinate system or working coordinate system. Let's say something like this. Okay. So this is your working coordinate system or user coordinate system. Now it is also having some coordinates. Like this. And now the user is drawing a model with respect to this coordinate system, working coordinate system, like this. So he is drawing something like this. Fine. So my point is, this is your model coordinate system, which is the information is stored with respect to this system, with respect to model coordinate system. Okay, but because of the complexity in the geometry or orientation or shape, uh, the user will input by using this coordinate system. Now, although the user is inputting the data with respect to this coordinate system, the data is stored with respect to this model coordinate system. Okay, so we need some tool to transfer the graphical information of this model, whatever the graphical description of this model, which is drawn in the working coordinate system or user coordinate system to your model coordinate system, because the software understand only this coordinate system. So that tool is called as geometric mapping, or this process of changing the coordinate description or this graphical information, exchanging the graphical information from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. This concept is called as geometric mapping, or it is also called as mapping of geometric models. Okay, so this is how your difference between your working coordinate system and model coordinate system. Fine. So, and most of the time, if this is a system, the same coordinate system is your screen coordinate system. Okay, because you are viewing like this from this direction, and this will be the lower left corner will be the origin of your model. Okay, so most of the time it is a screen coordinate system. So now I hope the concept of geometric mapping is clear to everyone. If you are having any doubts, you can ask right now, or if you want, you can text me later on. Okay. So moving further, we have two-dimensional geometric mapping. Two-dimensional geometric mapping. What is two-dimensional geometric mapping? Just same as we are playing in two dimensions, and we are changing the graphical description from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. Let us draw one diagram. This is x dash and y dash, which represent your working coordinate system, no, sorry, model coordinate system. And another coordinate system is your user coordinate system or working coordinate system. Okay, so this is x, y, and origin. Fine. And we are having one point named as P, which we have drawn with respect to your working coordinate system. So the coordinates are x and y, small x and small y, let us say. Okay, now we have to change this description with reference to your model coordinate system. So that for the same point, the coordinates will be x dash and y dash. Okay, so for the same system, for the same model, we are having two coordinates. Okay, so let us say x, y is your original coordinate system. Now, why I am calling it as original coordinate system? Because the user is inputting the data, user is defining this point with respect to this coordinate system, x and, which is shown with respect to x and y. And x dash and y dash is the new coordinate system. Now why it is new coordinate system? Because we are changing the coordinate description of this point from this coordinate system to this coordinate system, from the working coordinate system to the model coordinate system. So that is why it is called as new coordinate system. Okay, and let us say the point P, X and Y are the coordinates of point P in original coordinate system, and P dash, that is X dash and Y dash. Uh, I should not write here P dash because we are not changing the model. So only the coordinates are X dash and Y dash are the coordinates of point P in new coordinate system. Okay. So why I am telling all these things? Because you must understand what you are supposed to do. You are changing the coordinate description of this point P, okay, which is now X and Y, to this model coordinate system. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do, and this is what we call two-dimensional geometric mapping. Only two dimensions are involved. One model is involved. One model means here it is a point, and two coordinate systems are involved: working coordinate system and model coordinate system. And we are changing the coordinate systems data from exchanging the coordinate system data from one coordinate system to another coordinate system. So this is what we call as two-dimensional geometric mapping. Okay. Now there are three types of geometric mapping. I mean, the coordinate data can be exchanged or it can be transformed, changed by the with the help of three types of mapping. So what are those three types? So there are three types. First is translational mapping. First is translational mapping. Second is rotational mapping. Second is rotational mapping. And third one is general mapping. Okay, so there are three types of mapping: translation, rotation, and general mapping. Now, what is translational mapping? You can easily say that what is, you know now very well what is translation. It is changing the position of the object if we consider geometric transformation. The same thing, but with little bit difference in transformation. Since we are changing the coordinate systems. So translational mapping, it involves like if the axis of two coordinate system, if the axis of two coordinate system like your model and working coordinate system, that means original or new, if they are parallel to each other, then the mapping is called as translational mapping. If the axes of both the coordinate system are parallel, then the mapping is translational mapping. So what is the condition for translation mapping? Translational mapping, the coordinates or the axis of two coordinate system must be parallel. Like if this is your new coordinate system x dash and y dash, and this is your original coordinate system x and y. Okay, and we are having one point P over here. Fine. So P is defined here as x and y. Okay. Now the same point we are defining over here as y dash and x dash. These are the origins. Okay. So what we need to do over here to transform the data, coordinate system data, we have to move like these distances dy, and here it is dx. So what we need to change this origin or shift this origin from this point to this point. Okay, so we have to change the coordinate description like dy and dx. Okay, now what is dx and dy? Dx is the coordinate system in x direction. Okay, so what is basically dx? What is dx? Is the distance of origin of original coordinate system. Now you learn the short form, original coordinate system to new coordinate system. Okay, like that is from O to O dash along x direction. That is what we call the dx. This is the dx from this point to this point along x direction is the dx. Now what is dy? On the same lines, dy is the distance. What is dy? Dy is the distance of origin of original coordinate system, that is your O, from the origin of new coordinate system. This origin is O dash. Okay, that is what we call dx and dy. Now, what are the coordinates of point P? Okay, what are the coordinates for point P for the new coordinate system? Like, if the software reads the data, it will read with respect to this coordinate system. So what data the software will going to read? So new coordinates of the point P, that is x dash and y dash, will be x dash will equal to x plus dx and y dash is equal to y plus dy. Okay, it is similar to that of your translation, but let me tell you the difference. In translation, uh, if this is a point P, geometric transformation, if I am talking about, you are changing the position of the point P with respect to this coordinate system, which is shown in the red color. You are going to change the description or coordinate data of this point with respect to this coordinate system only. But now what you are doing, you are changing, you are inputting the data, coordinate data of this geometric model from this coordinate system to this coordinate system. So here involves two coordinate system. So you are changing the coordinate system. You are changing the coordinate system for the model. You are not changing any information about the model. So that's why x dash is equal to x plus dx and y dash is equal to y plus dy. Now same can be written in your matrix form. in homogeneous coordinates as x dash y dash 1, and the new coordinates as original coordinates are x y 1, and the transformation translational matrix 1 0 0 0 1 0 dx dy and 1. Okay, so we can write it as p dash, or the new coordinate. Now p dash is not the new coordinate, it is change after changing the coordinate system, whatever the coordinates of the point p that we are getting. Okay, then we have this p means the coordinates in your original coordinate system, and then we have let us say it is empty. Okay, so empty means translational mapping. Okay, translational mapping. So what is your p dash? P dash is the coordinate of point p in new coordinate system. Okay, so this p dash is coordinate of point P in new coordinate system. What is P? Coordinate of point P in original coordinate system. And empty is your translational mapping matrix. Translational mapping matrix. Okay, so understood this? So this is what we called as translational mapping. Fine. Now, second is your rotational mapping. Now we know the rotational transformation, so we can easily guess what is rotational mapping. So in translational mapping, the axes of both the coordinate system are parallel to each other. So that is why it is called as translational mapping. But what happens in rotational mapping? Both the coordinate system, that is your new coordinate system and the original coordinate system, both coordinate systems are having same origin, having common origin, and but the axes are at an angle. Okay, so both coordinate systems both coordinate systems have, now which are the coordinate system? Original and new have common origin, but the axes are at different, but the axes are at angle. Axes are at an angle. So that is what we call as rotational mapping. Now, when if this condition prevails, the coordinate or the origin is same for both the coordinate system, but if the axes are at an angle, then this type of mapping involved is called as, then the mapping is your rotational mapping. Then the mapping is rotational mapping. Okay. Now let us draw the diagram for the same. What is the condition given in the for the rotational mapping? So these are x dash and y dash and o dash This is your new coordinate system, and x and y, and this origin is common. So these are the two coordinate system. I name it as original coordinate system, and I name it as new coordinate system. So you can see that the origins are same for both the coordinate system, but the axes are at an angle. Okay, so let us say this angle is phi. Okay, so this is what we call as rotational type of mapping. Now I don't want to go into detail of the derivation of this. Directly we come to the final conclusion. I mean, what is the rotational mapping matrix is? So it is as x dash y dash 1 equal to x y 1 and cos phi sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0 0 0 1. Okay, so this is your rotational mapping. So this is your p dash, which is coordinate of point P in new coordinate system. This is your P, coordinates of point P in your original coordinate system, and this is your MR. Now what is MR? MR is your rotational mapping matrix. Okay, so what is rotational mapping? When the condition exists like that, the coordinates, the origin of both the coordinate system are coinciding, but the axes are at some angle. In that case, the mapping involved is your rotational mapping. Now, third type of mapping is general mapping. Third type of mapping is general mapping. Now, what is general mapping? It's a combination of translation mapping and rotational mapping. Combination of translational mapping and rotational mapping. That is what we call as general mapping. Okay, so what does it mean? So if the axes are not parallel and the origins are not common, so if the condition, this is the condition, then your matrix or your mapping is called as general mapping. Let us try to draw the diagram or the axis for this condition. So this is your x dash and y dash. Then this is your x and y, and here is some point P. So it is x and y, and here it is x dash and y dash. Okay, this is the origin or original coordinate system, and This is O dash is the origin for new coordinate system, and the distances are dx. This distance is dx. Sorry, this is dy, and this is dx. Okay, so the distances of O and O dash are dx and dy respectively along x and y direction. And if you see, there is an angle of phi. Okay, there is an angle of phi. So both the coordinate systems are not parallel. The axis, what we can conclude from this diagram, the axes are not parallel. Okay, this is one thing, and second thing is your origins are not coinciding. Okay, so that's why it is called as general mapping. Now you may say in the definition I said it has a combination of both. So we have to perform both the mapping transformation or mapping operations, like we have to make these axes parallel to each other, parallel to both the coordinate system, parallel for both the coordinate system, and also we have to coincide the origin. Then only we can define this point P from this coordinate system to this coordinate system. Okay, so that's why it is called as the general coordinate system, in which we have to perform both the mapping. Okay, both the mapping. Now, what is the equation for this? It is for the general mapping. It is x dash y dash and 1 equal to cos theta or cos phi sin phi 0 minus sin phi cos phi 0 dx dy and 1. Okay, so this is your equation for general mapping. Okay, so if we try to draw it like this, so it is your P dash in new coordinate system. This is your mg, and this is your P. Actually, it should be before this xy. Okay, so what is mg? mg is your general mapping matrix. mg is your general mapping matrix. Okay, so we have discussed three types of geometric mappings. First one is your translation mapping, in which both the axes for both the coordinate system are parallel to each other. For that, we have the translational mapping, and we have find out the translation mapping matrix. The second one is rotational matrix. In rotational mapping matrix, the origins for both the coordinate system are coinciding with each other, but the axes are at some angle. And the third one is neither the origins are coinciding, nor the axes are parallel. So that type of mapping is called as your general mapping. So these are the three types of geometric mappings involved in your when we exchange the coordinate systems from one to another. So this is all for today's lecture, today's session. If you are having any doubts, you can put it in the chat box, or you can WhatsApp me. Someone asked me about some matrix multiplication. I'll reply it today by evening. I'll solve that matrix and send it to you. And if you have any doubts, you can text me, or if you can use your Google Classroom also to post your doubts. Fine. Now you can put your attendance in the chat box, and you can log off.